Good morning and welcome to the porch. We're out at the shooting range today and we're going to be doing some things that I think you guys are going to find very interesting. A lot of times people would like to train, but they don't hardly ever train. And training's extremely important. And if you guys will hang on to the end of this video, I'm going to give you a thought at the end of this video that will change the way you view training in the future. But long and short of it is, if you're going to carry a firearm and protect your family and other people, you need training. So this morning we're going to set up a scenario out there, and I'm going to show this to you that it's going to be really fun. I've never done a scenario just like this before, but some years back I almost got into a firefight that this scenario that I'm setting up is going to be very similar to that firefight I almost got into. Didn't get into it, fortunately, but we almost did. Anyway, having said that, we'll go out here and we'll show this thing to you, but I want to touch on something right quick. A lot of times people don't do training very simply because they don't have time to do training. So part of this video is going to be about training, but part of it is I want to emphasize that there are things you can do to set yourself up for success in your training and not spend much time on it. Fact of the matter is, we're going to show you our shooting range and the way we've got it set up and show you how long it actually takes me to do my daily training. And it's rare that I don't train every day. Most generally I do. Every once in a while I'll take a day off. But anyway, I'm going to show you how long it takes to do this and talk to you about what it'll do for you. And again, stay to the end of this video because I'm going to talk to you about something that would or should definitely change your perspective and your importance level on your training. Okay, so right now we're going to change the view of these cameras and go out here and show you what we're going to do. And hang out, guys, it's going to be fun. And then we're going to do this shoot and or this scenario training and show you what it means. Okay, let me get the cameras changed out. Oh, before I do that, let me show you what we're going to be shooting today. Wanda bought me a new holster for my 1911. Now I don't carry a 1911 hardly ever for self-defense anymore. I normally carry a Glock, but I do like to carry this every once in a while. And this is what people call a barbecue gun. So let's look at this just a minute. Now, some of you have seen this gun before, and it is a 1911 Rock Island 45 ACP. This is an heirloom, and I know you gun prudes, before you get started, let me tell you something. I know this is Rock Island. It's not a Colt. It's not a Kimber. I've got Kimbers, but it's just an old Rock Island, and before you think that it's not safe to carry, this one is, and let me tell you why. I spent a year building this gun because it had a special place from a family perspective. And this gun is fine-tuned. Oh, it's fine-tuned. And it's fine-tuned to shoot 230 grain plus P ammo. So it's got a pretty heavy spring set in it. We're going to be shooting 230 grain hardball out of it today. And part of that is I want to make sure it'll digest them really good. I know it'll digest hollow points good, but we're going to be shooting a 230 grain hardball. They're not quite as hot as my carry ammo. But anyway, we're going to be using this guy right here, breaking in this holster. So if it looks like it's a little hard to get in the holster, it is. And the other side of it, now this gun's going to have a little recoil because of the 230 grain bullets, but I did want to practice with this gun today. But I've blown out this right shoulder. It's just barely functional right now, and my left one's hurting. So I may be a little slow in my shooting today, and it may look like I'm a little shaky, but the pain from this shoulder is causing me to be a little shaky. So if you see that, that's my explanation as to why that is. Okay, let's get started, guys. Okay, guys, I'm going to be walking down here showing you guys what this is, and I've got a stationary camera, so I hope you guys can hear me and see me and understand what we're doing here. But this barricade is going to demonstrate a post in a parking garage. the scenario is going to be a parking garage firefight. Okay, so this guy down here, and I'm going to go to him first. He's going to be coming in a car, him and his buddy, and he's going to jump out of the car and duck behind a door. So we're going to use this old car fender to simulate a door that we're going to have to shoot through. Let me move this a little bit farther. I'd like to, well, as far as it's going to move. I guess that'll do. So we're going to have to shoot through that. That'll be kind of fun, actually. And this is the other guy, and the shoot is going to simulate. He sees what's going on. He jumped out from behind his car, and this is another post in the parking garage simulating. And so I'm going to have to shoot this target or engage this target and deal with this post that he's using for cover. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to start out behind cover. I'm going to just act like I've been walking through that parking garage, and this all takes place. The guy jumps out, he's got a gun, and I'm going to have to engage these guys. So I'll start out over here a little ways, about 10 yards, engage the first guy. Then I'm going to come to cover, and I'm going to engage the second guy at about 5 or 6 yards. So let me see if I can get this camera set up to where I can make that work, okay? Okay, one of the things that most people are concerned about when they go to a 1911 pistol is the round count, magazine capacity. And it's something to think about. I've got this gun loaded with 8 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber, 9 rounds. We're going to go through this as fast as this blown out arm will let me, but long and short of it is we're going to see if 9 rounds is going to get us where we need to be in engaging these targets. So this will be kind of fun. Let's get at it, guys. Okay, that's 4 rounds. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at all that and see what those 4 rounds look like, and if they got us, if they did the job. And if they didn't, then we'll talk about that too. But at the end, we want to talk about some other stuff. So you guys hang with me just a little bit. Oh yeah, if you get anything out of this, do us a favor. Maybe consider subscribing, at least maybe share, hit the like button, and comment if you would. Okay, let's get down here and check and see how we did. Okay, I had a little bit of trouble getting my safety off. I put a new set of grips on this gun today, and they're hindering my safety a little. So that's what you've seen at the front that took me so long to shoot. But look here, got around here and around here. Now I know this is a fender, not a car door, but it's just a simulation. Okay, guys, look at there, 1 there. Oh, no, wait a minute, 1 there and 1 there. Okay, target number 1, 2 shots, and we took that one out. Let's look at this other one. Okay, 1 there and 1 there. So what we got in this whole deal is we got 4 shots and 2 very solid hits. Hits that with a 230 grain 45 caliber pistol would have neutralized the threats. And that's what's important right there. So for those of you that don't think that a 45 ACP will get the job done, and you think that the only answer to anything is higher round counts in your magazine, I don't disagree with you. That's a good idea. I think it is, to the point that my EDC gun is actually a Glock 19X 17 round with two 19-round magazines. But I don't feel inferior carrying this 1911. I shoot these guns a lot. I can hit with them. And I think statistics say that most gunfights, civilian gunfights, not more than 3 rounds get shot. Well, we shot 4 and we hit the target every time. I've still got uh, 5 rounds left. I had to do my math there for a minute, but anyway, I still got 5 rounds left. So if there were more targets, I'm still in pretty good shape. Now, if there's 15, 20 targets, it probably don't matter how many rounds you got, you're in a lot of trouble. Okay, guys, let's get up there and talk about the thing I promised you at the end that I want to say to you, okay? So let's move everything up, get up there and finish this video under the shooting shed. Okay, guys, I want to sit down here. I'm getting old and I don't like standing up any more than I have to, but I do want to talk to you guys a little bit as we close this video out. Now, I will give you the time frame that it takes to do this whole thing at the very end of this video. It'll be the last thing I do, because I'm going to have my wife help me by watching me go through the shoot and timing it, how long it takes to get this done. But here's the thing I want to talk to you about is, if you're going to set up a range and you want to actually train, now not everybody's going to be able to do what I'm about to share with you. You can set up a single stack of tires about 6, maybe 7 foot tall, filling full of sand. Probably need to put something down through the middle of it to stabilize it. But anyway, you put your targets in front of that, and you don't have to have a lot of property to set up a very minuscule range to target practice. That's just one way. Now, I'm fortunate here. I've got a little bit of property, not a whole lot, but I've set up a pretty decent range because it's important to me to be good with my training and my pistol. So let's talk a little bit about that. So part of this thing is this, and this is what I want you to think about. This should be the game changer for you, what I'm about to say. If you get in a shootout in a parking lot, garage, grocery store, restaurant, it doesn't make any difference, and your family's with you, there's a lot at stake here. This is not a place for you not to be good at what you do as far as training. Now, I'm not talking about Navy SEAL and Delta forces type training. I'm talking about civilian training that's adequate to the occasion. I was listening to a guy this morning, and he actually got out or got in a firefight in a parking lot, and 2 guys came toward him with guns. He was armed and he was very trained, and he was the athlete on top of that. But anyway, the guy pointed a gun at his wife, and his wife was trying to run to get away. Well, when he seen what he'd done, he went for his pistol and he started firing and was moving toward getting behind cover at the same time. Well, long story short, he took out the threat, and his wife lived through it, and he lived through it. Now the other guy ran off. But what I'm getting at is, you never know when these things are going to happen. Had he been poorly trained, he wasn't. He was actually trained pretty good. But had he been poorly trained in that type of situation, the most important point I'm making today is, if they had shot him, then what do you think would have happened to his wife? Do you think they would have let her live so she could testify against them? The answer to that is no. I got a car coming by, guys. I'm going to stop for just a few minutes. So here's the deal, guys. There's no phrase that I like very well. It's called due diligence. It doesn't have anything to do with perfection. It has to do with doing the best you can. Do your due diligence. You may not get to train a whole lot in a month. You should be training 2 to 4 hours, but you need to train a little. And if you're shirking that off, well, I'd rather go fishing. I'm going to remind you, your family may be at stake at this situation, and it's all right to go fishing, and you should. But if you can take time for fishing, you can take 20, 30 minutes to train with your weapon. Now, I'm going to give you guys, again, here in a few minutes, I'm going to give you time that it actually takes me to come down here and go through this scenario. And let me say it this way. I have my shooting range set up to where my ammo is down here in a box where it don't get wet. Of course, I've got a shed over the top of it, got all my targets set up out there, self-healing targets. And I can walk down here within just a few minutes. I can have done my training for the day. And I do training pretty near every day. I can load my gun. I can shoot. I can go back and paint my self-healing targets back. I can pick up my brass, put everything up, and walk away from here and go to work and do my daily chores that I have going on. And I get that training every day. Now, you may not be able to do just exactly that, but if you've got something set up to where you can get training in maybe once, twice a week. Now, I know everybody don't want to put their Saturdays in on training 4 weeks out of the month, and I don't blame you, but take one Saturday and do this, guys. Due diligence. If something happens, God forbid that your family gets injured because of your lack of due diligence, you've got to live with that. And that's the thing I wanted to say to you guys at the end of this video. This thing, sir, is on you. Okay? Okay, guys, we're setting a timer here. We're going to time how long it takes me to go through this shoot scenario. And that's everything that I do. I come down here, get my gun ready, get my ammo out of the dry box. I'm only going to put 4 rounds in this particular time. We load our gun, holster it, and we're going to go ahead and get a different pair of glasses because they're shooting glasses. Okay, now we're going to go over here and grab our earmuffs. All right, we're ready to shoot. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pick up our brass. All right, we got 4 rounds of brass. Now we're going to grab our paint, go down and paint our targets. The biggest thing, guys, is setting your environment up for success, and that's what that is. Everything's where it should be. Everything has a place, and that it's in its place. Okay, let's go check the time on this, see how long it took us to do this. Okay, it took us four minutes to do that. That's pretty fast. You probably figure 10 or 15 minutes to do this whole thing. But 10 or 15 minutes is not too much out of your day to make sure that you can protect your family. Okay, we're going to cut back into the original video and close this thing up. All right, guys, let's cut in. All right, I'm going to wrap this video up, but before I do, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys how long it actually takes me to go through a scenario. And I change these scenarios once a week, so I'm not doing the same thing every time. This was a fun one, by the way. Okay, may God bless, and you guys have a good day.